Yeah. Huh? Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, 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 huh? Boogie like Benson, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like Elf. I thank God every day I'm not a Falcon. Go to YouTube Live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy, then you probably smell the crooked referees on Roger Goodell. Yeah, probably like this, and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the sports coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this, and I'm a who that. It's the sports coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Man, let me tell you something, bro. It's crazy, man. Unbelievable, man. The Saints put up 48 points in the last game of the season against the Atlanta Falcons. Saints get the pick six. Tyrann Mathieu, you right, fam. He was gassed out on that one, man. He was running down. I was like, man, what's wrong with this dude slowing down, bro? You got a pick six. Most of them will sell out to get it, you dig? And dive in there or something. I guess he just ran out of juice. All right, Doozy says, I appreciate the play-by-play. I don't like DA. And I ain't backing off of that. Who that? Nah, it's all good, bro. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you. Far too kind.
Oh man, but it's just been a phenomenal game for the Saints, man. Thank you, Doozy. But it's really weird, man. Like you see this type of stuff happen. The Saints scored 48 points in the last game of the year, and you know where was this at? And we know that the Saints defense, like we said, they play really well with a lead. So if we can get ahead, a lot of games we weren't ahead, you know, by 2 or 3 scores. You know, we'll dial up off the paint and allow these people to get back in the game. King Morrison said we have the weapons, but not the coaching to match it. All right, there's the kickoff to them. They'll pick up at their own 25-yard line, the handoff to the running back who gets popped and stopped for about a 3-yard pickup, maybe. Bring up 2nd and 7 on the play. Thank you, King Morrison. Appreciate you, bro.
Thank you. Far too kind.
Yeah, indeed, bro. Yeah, I think that's probably what happened, bro. He was looking behind him I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Like, dude, what are you doing? Sell out and get that. Because most of them will sell out and then they'll dive in the end zone. Because that's a rare thing, you getting the pick six. And Tyrann Mathieu, man, he's like record breaking with those things. So I thought he might do it. All right, here they pick up from their 28-yard line. And there's a check down to the running back, Algier, who gets the first down and gets pushed out. Nah, that's not Tyler. That's Scotty Miller, the little slot guy, picks up the first down for the Falcons. 48-17, the Saints keep on the pressure, man. Not bad. Charles says, thanks, Q. You're my favorite, man. I mute the games just to hear you. Thank you, Charles. Appreciate you.
I want to say thank you very much. Picking me up, bringing me back to this world.
All right. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. M. Dot, I forgot this one, bro. Thank you for this one.
I want to say thank you very much. Picking me up, bringing me back to this world.
All right. The Falcons with a little move right there to see if they can pick up a few more. There's not much shaking on the play right there. And that'll be the final play of the game right there. The Saints will march off victorious. They stump the Falcons. You got Arthur Smith fussing at, it's a face-off. Arthur Smith is fussing and cussing at Dennis Allen in the middle of the court. He's saying, and and Dennis Allen smiles at him. Arthur Smith was cussing and fussing, and Darren Rizzi started cussing back. Boy, you seen that? Arthur Smith walked up to Dennis Allen and started cussing at him. And it was cussing at him, and Darren Rizzi, the special teams coach, went and started cussing at him. It must be the Italian in his blood. Let me tell you. Man, listen, 48-17, Arthur Smith did not appreciate that and got in Dennis Allen's face and cussed at Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen just does, he got on the cloud and floated on back there, but That was tough. The Saints finished 9-8 on the year and are very much alive. They need the Packers and Seattle to lose for them to have a chance. So those are two games that are remaining, man. Did y'all see that? Arthur Smith got to cussing and fussing at Dennis Allen, and Dennis Allen just got on his magical cloud and walked back. But Darren Rizzi was barking at him. Come on, Darren. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, fireworks from the start to the finish of the game. Fireworks from the start to the finish of the game, man. Fireworks. All right, let's hit some of these team stats right here, fam. Y'all stay with us in the matchup. We'll have a cocky Dennis Allen and about 1,000 Saints players that'll be at the podium after the Saints beat down the Falcons 48-17. Yeah, Lo, he gonna be very sad there on the day, and a lot of the Falcon people were kind of on there picking at me on Twitter and all that stuff. But it's all good, man. You know, it is what it is. Valika, shout out to you. All right, much love to you. Appreciate you, Queen. Much love. All right, yeah, that it was fireworks from the start to the finish, baby. Yeah, you got me fired. That's what he said. Yeah, Arthur Smith, man, you got me fired today. You beat the hell out of me like that. You ain't have to beat me that bad. You didn't have to beat me that bad. You got me fired today. But listen, that vampire they got, Count Blankula, he not going. We'll see. We'll see, bro. We'll see. You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta remember who Arthur Smith's father is. Arthur Smith's father is a billionaire. Him and this and we know Count Blankula is a billionaire too. But that dude, their money talk, BS walks. So he might have built another year. I don't know. We'll see. It ain't none of my damn business. You know. M. Dot says Sean never would have let that chump talk. Yeah, Dennis Allen got on his magic cloud and walked away. You know, he got on his magic cloud and got away. Boy, Arthur Smith got up on him and fussing and cussing at him. And Darren Rizzi, the special teams coach, started barking at him. Boy, that's what I'm telling you, man. When you got guys like that, man, on your team, supposed to be a coach, and the guy cussing at you because you showed him out and you don't say nothing to him and you just smirk at him, dude, you ain't my head coach, bro. Thank you, bro.
Thank you. Far too kind.
He didn't like that. What did Allen do? He didn't do nothing. He got on his magic cloud and flew away and floated away. He didn't say nothing. Darren Rizzi got in the face of and started fussing and barking at Arthur Smith as he was walking away. Rizzi got on him for that. Dennis Allen didn't do anything. Dennis Allen didn't do a damn thing. He just, like I said, he just smirked at him. He reached out to him, and you got to read the room. That goes to show you Dennis Allen is kind of daft. You know, now let me play it for y'all again. Here go the replay right here. Here it is right here. There it is right here. Y'all see that? You see that? Now, Dennis Allen got to learn to read. Now, look at Darren Rizzi to the left. Rizzi, like talking. Look, he turns to talking. Rizzi's talking to him now. So what I'm saying is, look at this. Read the room. Dennis Allen, he walking up to him, fussing. Dennis Allen looking like he about to. Look, he grabs his sides. Like, man, calm down. It's just the win. Calm down. Man, the hell with that. You scored 48 points. You trying to get me fired. And look at Darren Rizzi. Turns and start fussing at him, barking at him, and cussing back at him. See, when a dude doing this, bro, walking up to you aggressively like this, you don't grab his stomach area and start trying to calm him down. The hell with that. The hell with that. We football coaches. You don't ride with that. He get to barking at you like that. You don't let him bark. You don't grab his stomach area and start, calm down. Calm down. It's just a football game. No, you don't do that. You start barking too. You don't let nobody talk crazy to you like that. Y'all see that? That's what happened. People probably turn the TV off, man. Dennis Allen didn't say nothing negative. Look what he does. Look, he fussing at him right there. He grabs his stomach area, and you can see cussing at him. And Dennis started saying something. Dennis started saying something, but it's not. Look, Rizzi is there. Rizzi's barking at him. Shout out to Darren Rizzi, man. Shout out to Darren Rizzi, man. M. Dot says he grabbed his shoes like he.
Thank you. Far too kind.
Yeah, he grabbed the side. What? No. You don't. Man, first of all, what you grabbing his stomach for, bro? You don't do that, man. Don't touch the man's stomach area. That's not right. Look, he grabs his stomach area. Both hands on each side of his stomach. What part of the game is that? Who grabs somebody's stomach area and say, "Hey, well, calm down. Listen, it's just a football game." You know, and I don't know whatever it is, but he's not cursing back at Arthur Smith if he's grabbing he grabs his stomach. Look, he grabs both sides of his stomach area. Who grabs somebody's stomach area? When is the last time you guys grabbed somebody's stomach area that's walking up to you aggressively cursing at you? You know what I'm saying? What's going on here? Let me stop. Okay, let me get to the stuff. Y'all stay with us. We're gonna have a cocky Dennis Allen momentarily with the pregame. We'll do that, the breakdown. We'll bring in Pops Q and all that after that. But let's take a look at the team statistics right now. We know Tampa Bay won. The Saints are 9-8. Number one, it's the first winning record for Dennis Allen ever in his history. 27 first downs to 14 there. Third down, the Saints were 3 for 10 on third downs versus 4 of 11 by the Falcons. You look at the total plays, it was 66 to 60 in the matchup. 400 yards of total offense versus 389 by the Falcons. They had 13 to 12 on the drops, 6.5 yards per play, which is a lot better than what they were in the first half. The first half was like 15 yards or something like that, and the Saints had like 5.1. So the Saints defense switched and completely turned whatever lights off that Atlanta had in the first half, because they had this. It actually was tied 17-17 at half, and Ritter was looking really good. Then the second half happened, and the Saints just made the adjustment and shut him off like a light. So you look at it, 6.5 on the yards per play versus 6.1 for the Saints, 311 versus 246 in the matchup. The rushing yards, Saints had listen, family, 154 yards worth of rushing today by the Saints. They had 154 yards running today on 35 carries. You know that stat about you getting over 30 carries a game, you winning. The Saints had 35 rush attempts for 154 yards, 4.4 yards rushing. The Saints got behind a running attack today, and it was positive. Carr played well in a complementary role to the Saints running attack, which was a very positive thing today. Saints were in the red zone 6 times, completed 4 of 6. The Falcons 1 of 3. You look at the penalties, 8 penalties for 75 yards versus 3 for 15 for the Saints. Played a pretty clean game. The Falcons had 3 turnovers against the Saints. Saints had no turnovers, which is a plus. 33, almost 34 minutes of time of possession for the Saints versus 26-10 by the Atlanta Falcons, as my dog Jerry says. Carr, 22 of 28 for 264, had 4 touchdowns. Clearly his best game as a Saint up to this point. He did take 2 sacks, but it didn't matter. 145.5 is his rating. This is his best game as a Saint. That 264, and then he piled on 4 touchdowns on top of his touchdowns. Little stat packing, but this was a good win by the Saints. They blew this team away and took the game over. Kendre Miller, who was basically inactive for much of the season, got the start with Alvin Kamara being out. And boy, I'm going to tell you, the running attack had an even solid affair like if Alvin was there. Kendre, 13 carries for 73 yards. He averaged well over 5 yards per run, had a touchdown. Taysom got going in the game, 6 carries for 51 yards. 8.5 yards per average on the run. And Jamal Williams had it the toughest. 14 carries for 26 yards. But credit to the Saints for sticking with him because he got a touchdown. And Derek Carr even scrambled one time for 6 yards on the pickup. Rashid Shaheed, 3 catches for 65 yards off of 4 targets and a touchdown. Chris Olave was spectacular. 3 catches for 56 yards off of 3 targets. He had a score. Each one of those guys averaged over 18, almost 19 yards per catch for Chris Olave, almost 22 for Rashid Shaheed. A.T. Perry, don't forget A.T. Perry, 3 catches, 53 yards. He had 2 touchdowns in the game. The Saints got it going offensively from the running and off the back of the running attack, which produced 154 yards today. 35, as you can see, 154 yards there. They ran it off of 35 attempts. Guess what? Carr, 28 attempts throwing the ball versus the Saints running it 35 times. The running attack led the day, and the offense played the passing offense, that is, played a complementary role to the Saints rushing attack, and that's really how it's designed to go. The Saints seen it, used it, utilized it to perfection in this matchup. Demario Davis in the season finale, 9 total tackles in the matchup. Jonathan Abram gave up a touchdown, but he did get 9 tackles. Paulson Adebo almost had an interception. 7, credit Hugo Amadi, who got in after JT Gray. They took JT Gray out of the game, put Hugo Amadi in there, and he had such an impact in the game. He had 7 tackles in the matchup and even had something to do with breaking up the pass that would have went to Bijan Robinson, which helped the Saints stop them on that 4th down play. So that was positive. All very positive. 1 sack today that was by Shepard in the matchup. He got going. And, of course, we know our young kicker, Blake Grupe, had 2 chip shots today that finished off the game. Tyron had a pick. Alante had a pick. We know he left the game with concussion-looking symptoms. And Desmond Ridder finished 22 of 30 for 291, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. He was totally ineffective in the second half. The Saints really flipped the script on him. Bijan Robinson, 11 carries for 28 yards in the game. 2.5. Saints defense shut Bijan Robinson down. Falcons really didn't go to Bijan Robinson because the Saints were able to kind of, take the time of possession that kind of expedited the clock in their head and their play calling. 11 carries for 28 yards, 2.5. There, Tyler Algieri had more success in terms of the average. 6 times he ran it for 24 yards. Regardless or not, the Saints stopped all of those really good rushers. Bijan's phenomenal. Tyler Algieri's awesome. And Patterson is good for them. Held them under 80 yards rushing on 25 attempts today and put all the pressure on Ridder in the second half to do something. Robinson was their top catcher of the ball. 7 catches off of 8 targets for 103 and a score. But nothing else happened for these people in the game. Drake London had 4 catches, but boy, did he pay for some of those things. He was banged up and looked real slow in the game. He was getting popped out there. Nate Landman had 10 tackles along with Richie Grant in the matchup. They finished with 3 sacks, really didn't stop nothing the Saints had going on in the matchup, and they go away. They get to 9-8 by literally decapitating the Atlanta Falcons. So they knocked them clean up out of here, and despite a very saucy Arthur Smith at the end of the game, the Saints come away with a good victory here. All right, Brent, shout out to you. Thanks for the passionate real coverage this season, Big Q and fam, and tried to stop pre-evaluate. Thank you, bro. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Far too kind.
All right, so yeah. Hemisphere says, hold on, we're going to put the cocky Dennis Allen up, Bram. DA is on. Here we go. You'll put one in the chat.
Because, look, we're all like, we got a good rivalry, and it's a heated rivalry, but there's a way we go about doing our business, and I wasn't happy about that. So other than that, okay, I was happy about a lot of things that happened in the game. I didn't like the way the game started. We busted a couple coverages, gave up a couple of explosive plays, which can't happen, and we made some adjustments, and then we played better from there on out. I thought our offense was awesome. I think they did a great job moving the ball down the field. We were able to capitalize a lot in the red zone. We were able to create some explosive plays. I thought Kendre Miller played well. I thought the receivers played well. A.T. Perry, I thought, did some good things in the game. I thought Derek played well. So there's a lot of good things that happened in the game. And I was proud of the way that our guys came out and responded, really in a must-win situation.
Could you clarify, what happened?
We should have taken a knee right there. They asked me about getting Jamal a touchdown at the end. I said I wanted to take a knee. We put Victory out there, and the guys kind of wanted to get him a touchdown, and they did that on their own. That's unacceptable.
So Arthur seemed pretty upset after.
He should be. He should be. He should be.
And that's what the on-field issue.
That's what it was.
Is that the quarterback's responsibility there, Coach?
Look, I think there was a lot of guys that wanted to get Jamal his touchdown. And honestly, I'm not sure exactly what was going on behind that, but other than they wanted him to score a touchdown. So let's move on. Let's go to something else.
How do you handle the next few hours now watching the rest of the games?
So Chicago, Green Bay, and Seattle, Arizona, those are going on. So we'll take a look at them, see how it goes. We'll be rooting for Chicago and Arizona.
You think your team has earned the right to get in the playoffs the way you're playing?
Look, our team, our record is what our record is, and we've earned whatever comes our way. So if the breaks go our way and we make it in, we've earned it. If they don't, we earn that too. So we'll watch these games and see what happens.
Yeah, I know it's early, but how do you sort of just assess this season in its totality?
Yeah, you're right. It's too early to assess the season in its totality. I think we'll soak this one in a little bit, and then we'll have time to kind of reflect and see, what we thought.
Could you talk about the things that Derek did well today?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them. I mean, I think he operated the offense. I think we had good tempo in and out. I think he got us into the right checks. I think he threw the ball accurately, particularly some of these deep throws. Yeah, I mean, I think he operated the Saints offense like, we expect him to operate.
We got to see the QB draw too. Where did that sort of fit into the game plan? Is this what y'all been saving throughout the year?
Yeah, well, look, I mean, it's something that you have in there. I mean, obviously, nobody's expecting to see that with him, and based on some of the looks that we had seen, we thought, we could make a play on it, and they actually made a play on us in practice the other day with the same play, and we weren't expecting that either. So, yeah, I mean, it's just part of the game plan. Look, I think Pete and those guys did a really good job today putting together a game plan, and I thought our guys went out and executed it.
Yeah, I know you have a lot of decisions to make about the future of this offense and the direction it's going. It won't be made right now, but how much can this week, last week, influence seeing how the
Well,
offense plays their best football?
Yeah, look, I think the offense, really started to come around towards the latter part of the season. I think our quarterback being healthy was a big part of that. I think he played much better in the latter part of the season. Yeah, look, as we do with everything, we're not gonna make any snap judgments to anything. We're gonna take a minute to reflect on everything from the season, and then we'll make whatever decisions we feel like, and I feel like are best for our team and our organization.
Dennis, the Tampa game wasn't shown at all. The score was that? Did you have anything to do with that, or did you ask the score not to be shown?
I didn't really pay much attention to it.
Did you find out during the game at all that Tampa won?
No.
Just find out just now, or?
I just found out, in the locker room. I didn't care. I didn't have any control over it.
And so you were talking about the sweep bus early, but after that, the defense got a few 3 and outs, held the Falcons to 78 yards rushing. What did this defense do right this time around?
Well, look, I mean, with the exception of the, first couple of drives with a couple of mistakes, I thought we did a pretty good job, up front, controlling the line of scrimmage. And I thought, we made it difficult for them to throw the football. And so, I just think our guys kind of settled in after those first couple explosive plays and played much better.
How did the conversations go with Atlanta, and how do you feel he responded?
Look, I think he responded well. I mean, it's never easy. That's hard to deal with. But it was a decision that I felt like was best for our football team to give ourselves the best chance to win in this game. And so we made the move, and then look, he came back in and responded, made a big play in the game, and so I think in the heat of the moment, he wasn't happy about it. And then after, having a little bit of time to let the game play out, he understood where we were coming from.
Dennis, how important or gratifying was it for you this last 5-game stretch? I know other people assess your performance, but 4-1 over the last 5, your first winning record, to kind of get the results that hadn't been coming at first.
Yeah, look, I'm pleased with the way that we finished the season. I'm not pleased with, the way the record played out overall over a 17-game season. That's not what we aspire to be. But I was proud of the way that, our guys, continued to respond and continue to fight back. And I'm proud of the way they finished the season.
What can we do to repeat Perry? Just, those 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, look, it was good to see. He's a good young player. He's made some plays. I thought our receivers made some contested catches today, which, I mean, that's a big part of this league and playing in this league. You're not always going to be wide open, and so being able to make some plays in a contested environment, I thought, I thought was big. You know, I think it was AT that got the pass interference call in the end zone too. You know, so there's a lot of big plays that he made.
Now, I imagine it's the point where you have to play the show something like that. How does that kind of factor in?
Yeah, look, yeah. I mean, look, part of the process is, you know, getting young players, drafting young players, developing young players, and it is a process. It's not an overnight occurrence. So, you know, I was pleased with some of the things I saw him do.
Dennis, how would you describe, I don't know, where you are emotionally right now? Like, are you anxious for those afternoon games? I mean, obviously you got to feel good about.
Yeah, look, I mean, I try not to get too anxious about them because I have zero control over anything that happens in that. I get more anxious about, you know, the games that we're playing and you know, trying to make sure that my guys are out there playing to the best of their ability. And that's where the anxiousness comes in. Look, we'll watch these games. You know, I'll probably have a beverage or two to enjoy with the game, and then see what happens.
You feel like you kind of found something in the last 4 or 5 weeks with the team? You know, we talked the other day about commitment and things like that. Do you feel like the locker room kind of gelled?
Yeah, well, look, it's hard to say what the reasons why would be. You know, I do feel like that we've played better, you know, in this last little stretch of the season. And I'm sure there's a lot of contributing factors to that. But yeah, I felt like our guys had confidence, you know, in these last few weeks that they were going to go out there and play well, and they did.
What were some of the biggest keys on offense in particular? Was it finding what worked? Was it more consistent execution?
Yeah, look, well, I think you're talking about in general overall, right? Not this game. Yeah. Well, again, I think a lot of it goes back to the health of the quarterback. I think the quarterback's been as healthy as he's been all season. And I think we've seen what he can do when everything's operating the way that it needs to operate. When he's healthy, when he's protected, when guys are making plays around him, he can play at a really, really good level. And I think we saw that over the last part of the season. And when your quarterback is playing good, your team's playing good. And I think that was a big factor.
How does it feel to have this kind of an offensive explosion in the regular season?
Yeah, about probably the same way it would feel if we had this type of explosion to start the season. You know, I mean, yeah, it feels good. You know, you like to see that. But it's, you know, it's one game, but we'll feel good about that one, and then see if we get another opportunity.
Obviously, Henry has been dealing with the injury for a while now. Just have him come out and play the way he did today, whether he makes postseason or not. Just a young player going into the offseason. How much confidence is that?
Yeah, hopefully that gives him some confidence. I know it gives me some confidence. You know, he made a couple of guys miss today that was really good to see. You know, I thought he ran hard. He protected the football. So yeah, I thought that was good. Look, anytime you have young guys, particularly late in the season, and you have young guys that can step up and make plays, regardless of whether we get in or not, I think that gives us confidence as we move forward.
What did you think of the crowd? They were really into it.
Yeah, look, I thought the crowd was great, and I think that's, you know, when we play well, I think we got a great crowd. And when we don't play well, I mean, it's really what our job is, to give them something to cheer about. And when you do that, they usually respond. So that was good.
Is Kamara close to going at all, or how did this preview go?
Yeah, look, I think I think he could have gone. I feel like if we're playing next week, I think there's a good chance that he'll be available. All right, guys, thanks.
All right, Dennis Allen. I'm pretty sure they got somebody that's going to pop up there next. But Dennis Allen, man, y'all heard what Dennis Allen said about the issue that happened with him and Arthur Smith. And he actually apologized for that. And I think that's not what you're supposed to do. Your job is stop me. If you don't like it, stop me. Stop me from doing it. I'm not going to apologize for you for nothing. I thought that was weak, and that wasn't a good look. But in the end, are you really surprised about that? I shout out to Brent, says, damn, proof the team is tired of following this. It hit all the breaks and too early to evaluate. Come on, man. Thank you, Brent, for that. Thank you, Brother Donovan, man, for your super chat as well. Thanks for the great year. Big Q, much appreciated. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Dr. Q, Key. What's up, Dr. Key? Stop it. Q, Allen was. Yes, indeed, man. Thank you, man. Thank you. Appreciate y'all, man. Passionate coverage. Thank y'all. Appreciate you, man. Here's Taysom Hill. Here we go.
Back at kind of this year as a whole, felt like we've always moved the ball well. We just had silly mistakes, and it was a clean football game all around. So just without watching the tape, that's really what sticks out. Yeah, I got family in town. Go hang out, enjoy this evening with them, and we'll be watching a couple games closely.
The way this season has ended for you guys, you feel like this is a playoff team?
Yeah, for sure. Like I said, it's you kind of, it's hard not to go back and think about some of the games that we lost, and and be in a situation where you don't control your own destiny, and then you start thinking about games like, man, we needed one more to clinch the division. And, but again, we're, we can't dwell on that stuff, and DA and, others, we've talked all week that you control what you can control. And that's a tough thing to do, and I was really pleased and happy with everybody, coaches, top down, players, like everybody, the way that we handled this week and handled this game was really positive.
Jason, you feel like the team played football down the stretch?
Yeah, for sure. It's hard to think of a game that, was better than this one, as a whole from all three phases. So, yeah, which is, it's a really nice thing to feel as a team, but, it's a little tough knowing that, we need some help to get into the postseason. But it is nice to feel like we're playing our best football at the end of the season.
How gratifying is it that the offense has had its best game?
Yeah. Look, I think, we had a few games that we came up short on, and, that's a tough thing to swallow. But to be able to finish a season like this on a high note is really positive.
You also talk about Derek's, the groove maybe that he's been in, and the comfort that he's shown kind of over the last few weeks.
Yeah, I've been, really impressed with the way Derek has handled himself all year, the way he's played all year. But these last couple of games, man, I feel like everything's kind of clicked for him, and I can think of a few plays tonight where, not tonight, but today, where I'm running a route and the ball was on me, before my head turned, and he saw everything so clean today and was getting the ball out, and that was really impressive.
If you tell Derek, go ahead and run that QB draw.
It's funny, we had that plan for me and for him. Kind of we're laughing like, oh, who's gonna take it? But no, man, that's one of those things. Like, hey, week 18 to have a chance, we got to win this game, and whatever it takes.
Yeah, but you notes for him on it, or do you feel like
No. He's been actually begging for a rushing touchdown this year, so we were trying to get him in.
What was the conversation about getting Jamal that touchdown at the end with the players?
I kind of was back behind everything, so I really can tell you.
E.T. Berry came up with a couple of big catches in this game.
Yeah.
Can you just talk about the growth that you've seen from the game this season?
Yeah. Well, first, I'm so pumped for him, and he made some great plays today. I would say I'm not surprised. Like, this is what we've kind of seen from him through camp, and big body, man, that just goes up and makes plays. So that's when you're as big as him and you play the ball as well as he does. Like, we always kind of talk about in the QB room, there's no defense for a perfect pass. And when you got a receiver like that, that's a tough deal for the defense.
when the crowd was really into it for this game. You led the chant before the game. Could you kind of feel it from?
Yeah, look, our crowd is always, into the game, and that's something that I've appreciated a lot from this fan base in the city. And there is one thing about the city that you'll always get, and they love the Saints, and it's been really fun to be part of the last 7 years.
Jason, the time of year where it's speculation all the time in this business. Dennis Allen, one of the coaches, a lot of people speculating on. How do you feel he's handled this season and
DA?
Yeah, and finishing this year?
Yeah, I think he's handled it really well. We've had some tough situations, and we lost some tough games. But as I look back at it, to be able to play our best football right now, given the circumstances and everything that's happened, and there was no quit in this team, and that starts with the head guy. And that trickles down through our staff and our leadership and players. And so I think the biggest thing that as you go and, evaluate a staff or head coach, go watch the film, and guys were playing hard, and he led that. Thanks, guys.
So what happened up there at the end?
What happened? Man, I don't know. I think I got caught in the matrix. Man, to be honest, I wasn't expecting anybody to be running after me. And then when I peeked back, it seemed like all of them was chasing me. And very, very unfortunate. But like DA would say, we were in Miller time anyway. So game was over. So, and then I wanted to get Jamal a touchdown too. So, yeah.
I was gonna say 63 came out of nowhere. Like when he would I didn't know if you eat back.
He plays hard. I should have expected him to be chasing me, right? So, nevertheless, though, I'm glad I got 4 picks. So I was able to tie Debo. So, that's a good feeling.
You being from here, being from New Orleans, and obviously you know how big this rivalry is with the Falcons. To have a moment like that, how special is that for you? Man, to be honest, man, I don't really look at it like that. Man, I'm just happy we won. Whether I made that interception or not, I think the way, the stadium felt today, and the way our offense played, and the way we kind of rallied on defense, right after spotting those guys 14 points, I was good with that. You know what I mean? But obviously, interception is like the icing on the cake, and obviously, y'all are going to talk about me, and now I got to go home. My son's going to be talking about me, so I got to deal with that.
Is this like a sign of looking in the mirror, man? I've been in the league 11 years now. It's just
yeah, man. I got a lot of miles on my legs, no doubt about it. But I still love it, man. It's still fun, especially making plays like that.
What kind of consensus y'all wanted to get Jamal Williams a touchdown?
Yeah. We're gonna roll with that one. Yeah.
What kind of changed in the second half for you guys in the defense?
I mean, we didn't change anything. I think early on we dropped the coverage, for 50, 60 yards. And, I think the next series, Lante's right there. He could bat the ball down, pick it off. He missed him. And then I missed the tackle, right? So you take those 2 plays away. I think for the most part, we were making those guys, at least try to earn it. We learned from that. We grow from it. But, yeah, I'm proud of the way we kind of responded and bounce back. Definitely proud of the way the D-line played today, and the linebackers. I thought they played really well today.
How do you feel about the way the team closed out the season winning 4 of the last 5?
I mean, that's cool, man. Obviously, you would want to have done that, much earlier, and not really been in a situation. But I think given the circumstances and, just all the adversity that we kind of had to push through, we never gave up. We never wavered. Guys stepped up, made plays, and I think that's really all you can ask for.
Were you curious about the Tampa result as the game was going on?
Not really. The way we started the day, I was just trying to beat the Falcons. Wasn't necessarily worrying about what Tampa Bay was doing. Obviously, they won, and so it's unfortunate. We kind of have to wait and see, what other teams do. And hopefully we can learn from this, right? It feels like 2 years in a row kind of playing that wait and see game. So hopefully we can use that as motivation going forward and really not put ourselves in this type of situation.
What's the plan for the next couple hours as far as watching the game?
You send up a few prayers. Everybody cross their fingers. You hope for the best. But nevertheless, even if we don't get in, obviously it'll be very, very disappointing. But to have that showing that we had today, in the last game, in front of our fans, hoping that leaves a good taste in their mouth and they can be, motivated and encouraged, going into next season. But like I said, man, fingers crossed, hoping that, we still playing.
I know that most of the veterans are good about, trying to block out the noise and all that, but obviously it's hard not to hear all the speculation around DA, possibly, John and all that. How do you felt like he responded at the end of the season with you guys and just how you guys were able to kind of, like, in a sense, maybe probably rally around and finish the way you guys?
Yeah, man. He stepped up big time for us. I think as the season went on, we wanted to play much, much harder for him, and so and he's a good dude, man. Like, he's a great coach. I think he's one of those guys that you really want to see him do well and you want to see him have success. Because for him, man, I think he wants to see us do well and succeed and, take care of our family. So I don't really worry about that. I think in my mind, he's a coach, for the New Orleans Saints. And I don't think we really kind of, worry about, what people are saying.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. There's some shout out to Brother Doug. Thank you, man. Appreciate the super chat there, bro. Much love to you. Appreciate you. Mr. Waterman as well for the cash app. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Here's A.T. Perry.
Just when we played them the first time, I had a fade ball and it was a false start. So when I lined up, I had a feeling DC was gonna throw it. So I was like, yeah, I gotta make this opportunity count. So just went up, made a play. So it was fun today.
Were you thinking about that as like pre-snap?
Yes, actually. Yeah, when I seen man across the board, it was they kind of shows cover two, but they man across the board. I just knew it was one-on-one opportunity. This ball going somewhere. We're just gonna go up and make a play.
So you wanted to make sure that you were kind of you were thinking about that play in Atlanta.
Mm-hmm.
Effectively looking at this as an opportunity to say.
For sure.
Yeah. And then you follow that up with another big catch down the left sideline and then another touchdown. I mean, how would you assess your game?
Honestly, I just stay focused throughout the whole week. I'm just saying, just going into this game, DA really talked to us this week, and this is a playoff game. I'm saying? Everybody got to dial in, do their job. We'll just come out victorious. So that's what we did. Just me coming out, just stay focused, make sure that I'm doing my assignment. When the ball comes, just make the most of the opportunity. So.
And how would you say that the connection between you and Derek has kind of grown your way?
Oh, yeah, it's grown over the weeks. Him trusting me, him throwing on the ball, and then I'm catching it. Just over time throughout each week, design up plays, and we talk about it. Just go out there on the game, just make plays. So.
The third guys this season and today, how pleased are you at least that you're able to kind of close on this one?
Oh, it feels great. Just with the up and downs throughout the season. I still believe in these guys. Just still believe that there's opportunity out there, and we're gonna get a chance, and we get that chance and make the most of it. So, just coming out in today's game is just sole purpose is everybody do your job.
What do you do for the next couple hours? You kind of wait to see how everything shakes out.
You said what I do in a couple hours?
Yeah, like the next couple hours, like wait and see kind of who wins and if you guys make the playoffs.
Really just watching those games. Just honestly, just we get in, just making the most of that. Just go all the way to the Super Bowl. That's all we thinking about right now. Is just just these two games, and whoever wins, just we in. So.
How do you describe your confidence level right now, especially with the season finished?
My confidence has always been here. I feel like everything for me coming to the NFL was just starting all over. So I really thinking about it as college. You just start. The clock starts over. You know what I'm saying? You got to work hard. Just got to go out there and make plays so you get the opportunities on the field during the game. So my confidence has been here. It's never been high, never been low. I just make the most of my opportunities. So.
How do you feel like you, Chris, and Rashid complement one another?
Oh, you seen the touchdown dances? Oh yeah, like we active. You know, we always talking, always chopping it up. You know, just in the game, we always make sure we communicate with each other, make sure everybody on the same page, and we just go out there and make plays. You know, keep each other high. You know, wherever the game is, we're losing, winning, like we're still with each other. So, I feel like our bond is unbreakable. So.
And how do you feel we can oftentimes diminish how specific roles are amongst receivers, the roles, the skill sets that you all have. How do you feel those mesh?
Oh, I believe we're unstoppable. You know, I feel like we're the best receiver core in this division and in the league. Honestly, you know, just putting the pieces together, we just go out and ball. Everybody doing their job, catching the football, be good.
Why do you feel like you're the best core?
Oh, man. We honestly, like, just from coming in, just watching them too. I was like, man, they're fast. You know, they're quick too. So it's like I can do those things too. And just being a part of that group is something special. So that's why I feel like we're the best.
How tough is it? I mean, you get labeled this like contested catch, big body guy, and everything, which of course you do well. But when you see like Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave, who are kind of smaller guys, do that, like how tough is it for anybody to be able to?
Yeah, just judging the ball in the air and then you having that defender on you, like it's tough. But as a receiver, you just got to focus on the ball. Not worry about the hit or hitting the ground and stuff like that. Just all about judging the ball, and that's what we do in practice. You know what I'm saying? Like whether it's a certain route that we got to get down, just a missed throw, or timing, we make sure we do it again until it's perfect. So I feel like just in the game, just judging the ball well.
You had talked about before, you and some of the other receivers and Jameis putting in extra time and stuff. Now that you kind of stepped into working a lot more with the starting group, everything has that diminished or is that?
Oh no, nah. We, me and Jameis, like we started, on scout team and stuff like that. They throw me passes, I'm still gonna be there on Tuesdays. You know what I'm saying? Just make sure we, God forbid, he's in the game. Like that connection is still there. We're not second guessing. So.
And then have you found extra time with Derek as well?
Oh, of course, yeah. We talk throughout the week. I always have questions based on certain plays and stuff like that because I want the rock, obviously. But just making sure that we're always on the same page. So.
Anything else? Thank you, AT.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Help Derek in just a second.
All right, AT Perry, man, dropping some science on it, man. Shout out to AT Perry. After these interviews, we'll bring in Pops Q. I'm monitoring the Chicago and Green Bay game. The Bears up 3-0 right now. They're in Green Bay territory. And a nice run by the running back gets them to the 42-yard line of the 38-yard line of the Packers. So the Bears are playing well. Remember, the Bears and one of the family members, I think it was Muse. Muse asked the question about, are we still in that thing? What needs to happen? Well, the Bears need to beat the Packers for the Saints to sneak in as a wild card, and Seattle has to lose to the Cardinals. Right now, Seattle's beating the Cardinals 3-0 in the first, and the Bears are up 3-0 on the Packers. So that's what we need to happen. Here is Carr.
Finish like this with that kind of. I mean, not just this week, the last couple of weeks, but especially this week.
Yeah, I'd say again, I say this every week. Can't remember how many weeks, but like the last half of the year for us, I thought we were doing some really good things and improving. A lot of yards, getting better in the red zone, situationally third downs. And I felt like this was just like the icing on the top, of all the hard work. It came together all at one time for us. And, really proud of that. We were, as a team, really, really focused on, yes, there was a chance we could have another home game after this, but if we didn't, we wanted to give our fans something to let them know, that we didn't put all that hard work in for nothing. We didn't get it done early on like we wanted to. It wasn't clicking early on, but we wanted to give them, something to be proud of, going in, hopefully to the playoffs, but if not, into the offseason.
Dennis said multiple times that the difference, he thought that one of the big differences in the offense was your health. How much better do you feel now? And I know you didn't want to talk about it a lot during the year, but how bad was it in the middle part of the year?
I think the only person that really knows how bad it was my wife, and you guys won't get to talk to her. So no one will ever know, but for me, it was the hardest year physically for me that I've ever experienced. And so, you can't say that while you're going through it because then it looks terrible and all those kind of things. But now that it's at the end, I do feel better. The last few weeks I haven't gotten hit, so I didn't re-injure anything, and the swelling isn't getting worse instead of better. I got better. And so, you hope to have earned another chance to play and keep going because I feel good right now. But, if not, this is the time to heal it.
So you guys added that extra red zone work, and that obviously made a big difference. Was there anything else within the second half of the season that you guys changed up or did differently that kind of helped bring everything together and click and get you where you wanted to be?
Well, guys we started learning each other's schedules, practice during practice and during the week and extra time of work together. We wanted to give it to everybody right away, but this did take us time, to get clicking this last half of the year. And, there was things where, okay, he's not on that special team. Hey, let's work now. This is a great time for us to get extra work. Or, oh, you're not on that. Well, come get this throw with me. That kind of stuff. And, I added, I can't even lie, man. Like the last 6 or 7 weeks, I started doing with DJ, one of our quarterback coaches, a drill that my dad did with me since I was a little kid. It's an accuracy drill that I've done with him since I was little, every time we would throw. And before every Wednesday and Thursday practice, DJ would be running across the field like crazy, like a madman, and me doing this accuracy drill that my dad taught me, and I think that's a really cool thing. I was really proud of that because I was like, that's really cool for my dad. He doesn't even know that yet. I haven't even told him, so he'll find out soon. But he just jogging across, hitting certain areas, jogging across deeper, hitting certain areas. So DJ was tired, but I really think that I literally tried to maximize just every window I could to say, okay, if there's a window of time where I'm not doing anything, can I work? Can he work? Can we work? And it paid off for us, and that took time, us learning each other's schedules and all that. But, thankfully we started figuring it out.
I'm assuming you guys are probably frustrated it took so long time, but how good does it feel to have the optimism here at the end that you did kind of probably get to where you wanted to be?
Yeah, it feels great because, I think we proved over the last 2 months, like it's not just fluke. We showed spurts early on, but I'm not even counting that. I'm talking about consistently, moving the ball and consistently in situational football, consistently doing things the right way. We've proven that it can be consistent. We've proven that we can get better, that when you work at something with a bunch of dudes that want to work at something, it will get better in time. We all wanted it sooner. We all wanted it to look like that all the time sooner, but hopefully that this last half of the year has shown that this is what we can be, going forward.
Were the rough patches ever challenging, like trying to get them?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we're human, we're human. But my foundation will always be who I am, who Christ says that I am. And, I never get too high, even though my flesh wants to, in a moment like that, you want to get excited about yourself, but it's like, just stay right here and just keep doing the process, keep loving my teammates, keep loving y'all, keep loving my coaches, keep loving everybody in the building, and just enjoy, this last half of the year, just going out to dinner throughout the city and getting to know people, seeing fans and seeing kids wearing my jersey and all that kind of stuff. That was cool to see, because now it's starting to feel like home, and, that's the feeling I wanted to get to right away. But we had to earn that right.
You don't get too high or too low, but you seem pretty high after that last touchdown, that 18th period. What was going through your head, and what were you saying to the fans?
Oh man, it wasn't even to the fans; it was to my dad because I like that movie Gladiator. He's like, "Are you not entertained?" And so that was just a joke because my dad was sitting right up there, and so that was just a fun time between me and my dad. But who knows what I was saying? I know I wasn't cussing, but. Man, I was probably saying something crazy.
How long is it to cap off the season? If this is the last game, of course, there are other factors, but if this is to cap off the season and have the kind of performance in front of the fans, what does that mean?
It meant everything. It meant everything to our team. We said that we wanted to get the dome rocking and put together another great performance. And as Double D said, we wanted to put together a dominant performance. And that's hard. That is hard to do in this league. And so the fact that we could come out here the last game of the year at home, for our city, in front of our city, and do that, it has been unbelievable. And another thing I would say in the last half of the year is my relationship with Double D has just grown so much. We have breakfast every, Tuesday or Wednesday together, right there at the facility, and just growing that unity. And so I just started seeing that kind of stuff happening with everybody too. Our team was growing tighter. everything was getting better. You grab a whole bunch of new parts. It takes a minute to get to know one another, and hopefully we won enough to get another opportunity. But if we didn't, I'm really proud of where things are and where things could possibly head. I was just laughing. I couldn't believe it. He was one-on-one, and I it's a perfect example. I tell these guys all the time, it's, as you guys know, it's been hard to get some of these shot plays up. Teams play our speed. They just play on top of it, and and so he got one-on-one. I was like, I'm gonna give you a chance. And I don't even know how many times he did all that, but I do know he put those 2 feet down and had that ball. And he's just like, man, he always tells me after I hit him, I'm like, good route or whatever. He's like, no, keep slinging it. He just keeps saying that to me all the time. Keep slinging it. So that was one of those Brett Favre's just, all right, you go do it. That had nothing to do with ball placement.
The growth we've seen in AT Perry, specifically from the first Atlanta game, he was telling us that he thought kind of about that false start that he had right before you targeted him on the fade. What have you seen from him in terms of growth, and how much growth has he shown since that game?
He's shown a lot of growth, and I think that that there's still more growth that he can have, and I say that in an exciting way. He's someone we really liked. His release game is unique for how big he is. How tall he is, how long he is, and the fact that he can move and he's strong. You saw on that the second touchdown, just throwing guys. That again, that's not easy to do at that size. Sometimes those guys get caught up, and it's hard for them to get off the release. But as a young player, he's shown to be able to get off those releases, and I'm trusting him against some really good players. The first touchdown, and he continues to go up and make plays for me and for us. And once you build that trust, from the quarterback, that's a good place to be as a receiver. Because now that any opportunity one-on-one could be your opportunity, and he's made the most of them. I think of the Rams game, throwing him the go ball, he goes up, makes a play. The one he dove and caught, I can't remember what week that was, but those time on task, that trust that we've built. And the first thing I said to him in there, I was like, if we don't get any more games to play, we got a lot more work to do. And in his mind, just, yeah, let's go.
As the season is over, how much do you take from the first half of the season? I know you tried to correct throughout the year, but I don't know, when you examine, looking back, and I know you don't focus necessarily on the negative, but how much do you try to look at?
Hopefully there's a lot of things that we've learned from, this last half of the year, personally, team-wise, unit-wise, unity-wise, togetherness, all those things. And hopefully there's a lot of things that we've learned from that you can build on. But, you got to make sure that at the end of the year, once everything calms down, okay, let's go back through this. You watch all of it again, and you go through it, replay it in your mind. You look at your notes, you look at this, and you try and just make it better. And so, the one thing that is nice now is it's not my first time coming to the stadium. It's not my first time going to the facility. It's not my first time throwing him an out route or this and that. We hopefully can just continue to build and hopefully get another chance to keep it going this year.
Given how it ended, or given how you guys played at the end, if this is the last one, would you expect there to be offensive continuity? I'm talking about players and coaches. Would you want that? How, if this is the end, how do you look at what happens with this offense in the offseason?
Well, I 100% just continue to grow. Someone's excited. Just continue to grow. We really feel like we've gotten on the same page. We really feel like we're doing some really good things, and communication, all that. And I know that contracts and this and that, and who knows, right? It's the NFL. It's never the exact same, and that's the hard part about our league too, is you build all this up, and thankfully we got some young guys where it will mostly be the same. Coaches, I don't know contracts. I don't know that stuff. But for me, you just hope that you can keep as many together as you can and just keep building, because, no one wants to, no new guy, get a new guy. He's got to learn everything again, or, a new system or new coach, that kind of stuff. You don't want to do that, it's got to be something you're familiar with, and you can keep building and growing. That's as a quarterback, for young guys, that's what you always hope for. But in this league, you never know what people are thinking, or, is that guy going to retire, or is he going to keep playing? Is that coach done, or is he not? It's I've seen coaches retire a week before training camp. You're like, we needed you, So all that is out there. But my hope is that we can just keep growing and building on what we've tried to sustain this last couple months.
Derek, we asked DA about his personal emotion about how the team finished winning 4 or 5 games. And he doesn't really reveal a whole lot to us. What have you seen from him and how the team's responded to him challenging you all down the stretch?
Well, I will say that he challenged us. He challenged guys individually. He challenged guys, in a team setting. He challenged us, personally, individually. And I'm really proud of the way that guys responded. Whenever a coach demands something or challenges something, and guys respond, that's a really good sign for your team and your organization. And so, any challenge that he would ever give me, or even if it wasn't for me, I'd take everything personal. I just do that, just to keep that edge and that chip. Man, he's talking to me. I got to do that, and, for guys to feel the same way and respond the way that we have, I think that's nothing but positive, and to finish 4 out of the last 5, you wish it was 5 out of the last 5. That was the goal he set out before us. So we got 5 left, and I expect to win them all. We weren't able to do that. We got 4 of them. That's good, but it's not great. And hopefully we can get better.
As you await the results of the next few hours, how do you go with the next few hours? What's the plan?
Well, I'll go home and figure out all those scenarios. I don't even know them. I didn't want to know them this week. The only one I knew is the division one, just because we're in it, But I don't even know who needs to lose, if I'm honest. And so I didn't want to know. I just wanted to focus on taking care of my business, because if I didn't do that, none of this would matter. And so I'll go home, try and figure that out, and watch those games. Like I always sit down and watch, NFL Red Zone with my kids, because my boys love every single player, and they pretend to be everybody but their dad as they run down the hallway. And so we'll do that, and hopefully know what's going to happen. But I have no idea at this moment.
When you're looking at some of the offensive numbers and improvement over the back half, how much did using a little bit more play action help with that? And just kind of help you in the offense?
I think it helps everybody, and I think that was a big, major part. I'm glad you caught that. That's awesome. Because that was an emphasis for us. We got to be able to. I have to be able to turn around, hand the ball off, and it has to be good. I also got to be able to put that ball out there, pull it back, and throw it, and that has to be good. And when those two things are going, then your drop back gets better, because they don't know now you're in the gun. Are you running it? You're passing it. You're under. You're running it. You're passing it. And whenever you have all that going together, that's a recipe for success. But that was a huge part for sure.
As a part of that, what did you see from Kendra Miller today?
Kendra, love Kendra. He was sick. I don't know if they do that. Sorry, but he was sick. This week, man, battled. He's had the injury. And when he gets in the game, and every time I've ever played with a rookie running back, I double check after I call the play, you're good, right? It's 36. And with him, when I say it, he's like, I'm good, dude. He's like, I'm good. And so he's probably sick of me for checking every time. But just really proud of his work ethic, and he went through a lot this year, But for him to be able to get out there and be in front of our fans, making people miss in the hole, lowering his shoulder, making those, what should have been 5 turn into 7, turn into 8, that doesn't go on the stat sheet as oh, what a huge play, but that matters in for a play caller, all that kind of stuff. So to see him get that opportunity was really cool.
You weren't on the field for that final touchdown, just kind of fake kneel down.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even know. I know that they called victory, take a knee. And then from whatever happened after that, I have no idea, to be completely honest. And so I can understand someone's frustration, but I also understand that, that's not what the Pete called or DA wanted. And so I'm sure they'll hash that out or whatever. Someone gets to the bottom of it. You guys probably know more about it than I do. But at the same time, I'm happy for Jamal, getting his touchdown. That's my teammate. I'm always going to be happy for him. But I didn't know that was going to happen.
What did you want for your touchdown, though, on the QB draw?
Oh, you saw that? Hey, so when we put that in this week, the little personnel thing it was a Taysom play, and I give those guys a hard time every Taysom play. I'm like, I can do that, even though I'm not trying to bust my head up in there 30 times. I was like, I can do it. So finally, Pete was like, all right, we're gonna give you this one. I was like, all right, perfect. So the fact that it was an efficient play made me happy. And then Jesse Bates looked at me. He's like, "You did not just run a draw. You did not just run a draw." We've had a lot of fun over the years getting to know each other and play against each other. I love Jesse, but that was a cool moment, for me, because he's like, "You did not." I was like, "I should have scored too. I got tripped, but no, it was good." Sorry. Well, yeah, I can hoop. I'm probably, I don't get enough credit for my athleticism, man. I am first and foremost a hooper. And so, these guys will find out soon enough in the off season, that I can actually hoop. But yeah, man, I got something to me, maybe not as much as I once did, but I still got something.
Going back to the Jamal touchdown, is it concerning that if that's what Pete called to take a knee, that it was kind of overruled, or what do you kind of make of this?
No, I think in that moment, it was a big emphasis, like just as players talk, like, Jamal led the league in touchdowns last year, and I don't think he had one. The way you guys were talking, like he didn't have one this year. And like just as players, like you just love your buddy so much that ain't nothing sometimes in this league, ain't nothing a coach can do, no matter who it is. Players sometimes want to take care of their guys, and coaches end up having to deal with that wrath sometimes. And so that happens. Like I said, I'm happy for Jamal, but I understand the whole situation and all that. But I know that's not what Pete called.
You talked about coming together unity-wise. What do you mean by that? I mean, how you all came together down the stretch?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, as you get, more time we all spend around each other, I know I can, tell what makes you tick. And, we sit at the table together, spend that extra time, me going to the O-line dinners. Like they have O-line dinners every Thursday and trying to be at every single one of those. And you get to know about so much about, you're sitting by someone new every time. And I just felt that unity and that growth of the care for one another, because you know about each other now. And I just felt that grow, and so it wasn't like we need to get closer. It's one of those things that relationships take time, and all of those things just in that moment just started growing and getting better, getting closer. And that's kind of, I hope I answered that right, but that's kind of what I felt. Good. Thank you. Appreciate it.
For you guys, schedule-wise, tomorrow, we have an 11 o'clock team meeting.
All right, and that's going to do it for that part of the story, man. Let me I'm going to bring in Pops Q momentarily. Let me kind of go into something right here before we jump right here. Shout out to Brent, man. Let me address something. This is big, and I'm very very, I pay attention to stuff. Let's just put it like that. Brent says, WWGD, according to Carr, Jesus would wear a Carr jersey. Thank you, Carr, for being up on. He says being up on a cross all season long. Come on, man. He also said, I just touched my TV and Carr healed my pre-evaluation condition. Where do I send the money? And he says, Carr don't know contracts. Come on, man. Thank you, Brent. Appreciate it.
I want to say thank you very much for picking me up, bringing me back to this world.
All right. Shout out to the fam, man. Thank you for that, Brent. Listen, bro, let me sprinkle some. Let me just talk this and we'll get right into it with him. This article right here, we're going to cover this because this is what Dennis Allen was saying, and I'm going to play some Arthur Smith momentarily. I'm going to play Arthur Smith, who's the coach, probably the soon-to-be fired coach of the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going to play his presser momentarily. The Saints' Dennis Allen apologized to Arthur Smith Falcons after heated exchange video. Now, it's a Bleacher Report article. Falcons head coach Smith didn't take kindly to Jamal Williams' 1-yard touchdown with $1:10 left on the clock for the 48-17 victory Sunday. Smith was visibly agitated when he walked towards Saints coach Dennis Allen for the post-game shake. And Allen sympathized with Smith because he had instructed the Saints players to run the clock down. Mike Triplett tweeted, Saints coach Dennis Allen, I'm not going to start by apologizing to Arthur Smith and the Falcons. Said they should have taken a knee, but the guys wanted to get Jamal a TD, and that's unacceptable. That's not who we are and what we all about. Now, Kat Terrell quantifies it. She says Dennis Allen said they asked if Jamal Williams could get a TD. He said no. He being Dennis Allen. He wanted to take the knee. He said the players ran that play anyway. Jameis out there, they ran that play despite the fact that Dennis Allen he ran it. He told him just to go out there and knee on it. Now, when I seen the Tyrann Mathieu play, Tyrann Mathieu, what the hell he worried about guys chasing him for when he's getting close to that? he kept looking back and looked like to me he slowed down. When asked about it, he didn't say nothing about running out of no gas. He said he was caught in the matrix and that he wanted to get Jamal Williams a touchdown. Then he literally said, oh, you wanted to get him? Yeah, we're going to go with that. Like, that's some BS. They were trying not to score. And that's what hit me when I seen the play. That's why Tyrann Mathieu didn't get in the end zone. I was like, why did he look like it looked very strange and suspect is what I was saying. I was saying it during the game. Now, this would have went away if he said, hey, man, I was gassed. I just ran out of juice. He didn't say that. He used some stupidness by saying he was trapped in the matrix. What kind of comment is that? No, they were trying not to score. And when the Saints went out there with Jamal Williams and Jameis Winston, they were supposed to kneel the ball down. But Jameis said, nah, let's go and get it. So they got Jamal Williams that. They wasn't supposed to score at the back of the game, is my point. You see what I'm saying? They wasn't supposed to score on that possession. He wasn't trying, after the pick six, he was trying to get short. He didn't want to score the pick. He would the interception. He didn't want to get in the end zone. And when they got down there, they were supposed to kneel on it. And Jameis says, let's go and get it. And got Jamal his first touchdown. He said that's unacceptable. They ran the play anyway. Now, why would you be upset by that if you're the coach? Well, we're not supposed to run it. The hell with that. This is the NFL. This is not a league where we worrying about any of that. If you don't like it, you stop me. You stop me. It's your job to stop me. That's the whole point of it. You're getting paid hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars to stop me. And if you can't stop me, don't sit up here and get mad at me because I'm running up the score on you. Who cares? You stop me. That's what it's about. And that's my point, was that he wasn't trying to score the interception. And it went against Dennis Allen when he said, don't, go out there and kneel it down. And they on the goal line. Their players ran it despite the coach, and he was upset by that. That's why he apologized, because they wasn't supposed to score that touchdown. That's my point. The whole Tyrann Mathieu thing and the Saints going over the coach to get it done. That's all the point I wanted to make on that, just to throw that on the film. Brent says the receivers made magical catches because they needed magic with those throws. Now Carr seeking praise, and DA gave them the praise. Yeah, he talked a lot. Brent also said, makes you wonder about some. Yeah, I see. The thing is, when I seen it, it didn't look right. Because if you're a defensive back, you're trying to score the ball. You're trying to get in the end zone. When he slowed down and was worrying about who was behind, I was like, bro, y'all heard me during the broadcast. I was like, what is he doing? What you worrying about who's behind me and you 5 yards from the touchdown? Pick up your speed and go and get it. He wasn't trying to score. They wasn't trying to score until the players went over the coach to score it. You see what I'm saying? Now, that's suspect as hell. I said it then, and I say it now. It's suspect. It is suspect as hell. Anyway, I'm going to bring in Pops Q in a second. Let me hear a little bit from Arthur Smith, the Saints Falcons, the Saints who they beat, kicked his teeth in. Let's hear what he had to say from his perspective about what happened with him and Dennis Allen. Here we go.
Your thoughts on ending the season at the game? It looked like you were upset at the final touchdown.
No, look, led. I mean, obviously, like I said, nobody, wants to end the season like that. But, credit to them. They made the plays, certainly the second half, got out of hand. You can do whatever you want. I just gave them my opinion about it, but it doesn't take away the fact that they beat us in that second half. They took advantage of our turnovers, and they hit some shots.
You halftime, you're 17-17.
Right.
And, got the ball to start in the third. What was your advantage on the third down interception?
Yeah, they were playing kind of a two-man trap coverage, and obviously, guy was in there and just lost sight of him and made a play.
And then, do you want to move forward with the team here, or is there a possibility? A lot of speculation out there.
Sure. Yeah, it's many times, we know the industry we're in. Love doing what I'm doing, but we also, like Led told it many times, this is the industry we're in. Love coaching. Obviously, that wasn't the result we wanted today. How the season ended.
All right, that's a little bit of him. As you can see, they can do what they want to do, but in the end, that's not the type of thing that we seeing right here. We're running up the score, and that's big, is what I'm saying about what happened toward the end of the game. I know what I'd be looking at, man. I was like, am I tripping? This dude literally slowed down to not get the touchdown, and then he falls short. And they were supposed to kneel on the ball, let the clock run out. The players went over the coach to do it, and he wasn't mad about that. He said that's unacceptable for them to get the touchdown. So he's trying to tell him that, and bitch complain to him. My thing is, try to stop me. I don't care about no pretend rule about laying up on you. No, our job is to beat you in the ground. That's what we're supposed to do. I'm getting paid to stump you. If they fire you behind, it won't be because of one game. It's because of the summation of the season. Your team finished 7-10. That had nothing to do with it. All right, the Bullets family travel vlog says, Q, that's why they don't line JW, because exactly. I do like this comment. He says, go get it no matter how stupid the plays that they were calling. Indeed. And it just goes to show you that, when people start looking at the NFL funny is because stuff like this happens. And I like to pinpoint it out because some people, they won't even mention it. They won't even say that. They won't even approach the subject because they like playing along like it's some type of play or some type of magical event happening where they're a part of it and it'll diminish them for the make point of it. I calls it out because this is weird. This is very weird, suspect behavior that Tyrann Mathieu gets to pick and then slows down to get tackled before he gets to score. And then the running back, they go over Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen said they were supposed to kneel the ball down. That's what he was trying to tell Arthur Smith here, that they didn't listen to me. I was supposed to kneel the ball. It's like, the hell with that. You did it and he ran, with all. And Dennis Allen he definitely a pussycat. Ain't no doubt about it. Dude fussing and cussing at you and you grabbing his stomach. Very weird behavior. Anyway, we're going to bring in Pops Q. A lot of stuff happened toward the end of this game, Pops, man. What'd you think about thank you, Bullets Family Travel Log, for this. Appreciate you.
I want to say thank you very much. Picking me up and bringing me back to this world.
All right, thank you for that, bro. Pops Q coming on up in this thing, man. Saints handle business. They kick the Falcons in the teeth, 48-17. Dennis Allen finished the season 9-8, first winning season ever as a head coach. And it's a positive. That's positive, but we're still looking at a couple of games that's going on right now with the Bears, who are trailing to the Packers 7-3, and the score between the Cardinals and the Seahawks are tied up 3-3. So we monitoring both those games because we know Cardinals have to win and the Bears have to win for the Saints to slide in that thing as a wild card. But anyway, outside of that, tell me your thoughts on the game tonight. Unmute yourself. All right, he popped out. So, all right, but yeah, we'll get him back in there as soon as we can. All right, so shout out to the fam, man. Appreciate y'all being in the stream, man. We'll get Pops Q up here momentarily, but the Saints get the get the win. Scoop says Papa Q in the he gonna get in there in a second, man. He having problems with his stuff. All right, Jack says so they wanted to get Jamal a TD, and that was the plan all along. Kamar, no, they didn't want to give. They did the players did, but Dennis Allen didn't want that to happen. He told them to go out there and kneel on the ball. They're on the 1 yard line. They're on the 1 yard line. Their job was to kneel down on the ball and let the clock run out. They wasn't supposed to score that last touchdown. And I'm saying it was suspect and weird looking that Tyrann Mathieu kept looking back and almost slowed down so they can catch him at the 1. Right? He didn't want to score off the pick. He wasn't trying to get in the end zone. That's what I was like. That's very weird because most defensive backs would sell out. A pick six is like gold. That's the best thing that can ever happen to a defensive back. And he kept looking back. And then his answer for that was, man, I don't know. I was just caught in the matrix. Not that he ran out of gas, but I was like, I don't know. This is the real suspect. And then Dennis Allen tells them, don't go out there and kneel the ball down in the victory formation on the 1 yard line. Let the clock run out. Jameis Winston and the Saints went because Jameis was the quarterback in there. Jameis said, the hell with that. We going to run this play. And they got Jamal Williams a touchdown, and Dennis Allen did not like that, and that's why he apologized to Arthur Smith. That's the game. That's what happened. That's the game. And let me show you some of the evidence right here because this is Kat Terrell's tweet. Look what she says. Dennis said they asked him if Jamal Williams could get a touchdown. He told them no. He wanted them to take a knee on a 1 yard line and run the clock out. He said the players, that's Jameis, ran that play anyway. And he said Arthur Smith was right to be upset. How has he got the right to be upset? You supposed to stop me. Anyway, we're going to bring Pops Q in. Welcome on in, Pop.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm thinking about a big baby with a pacifier sticking out of his mouth. Wham, 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 wham. Your team played poorly, sir. So the Saints played a great game today. I enjoyed watching them execute finally for the last 2 games. They have executed pretty well. to get victories, but it's a little too late. Now we are in the hands of depending on somebody to get beat and somebody to lose, and when it should not have been that way. These guys they control it. When the season starts, everybody has the same opportunity to fight for the wins that they need to fight for. I mean, that guy got mad because Dennis Allen ran the play, but what he got to get mad for? Is his job in jeopardy? What's going on? Look at it. It really is. It's kind of messed up. You still there, son? I can't hear.
Yeah, I can hear you. You go ahead. Your phone ringing or something. All right, you must be muted again. Unmute yourself. I think your mic is going in and out there, Pops. All right, so yeah, your mic is muted. All right, try it again.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
All right. So what's happening? Only thing I could say is that the Saints played a great game today. They did what they had to do. They got the victory. It ended up a little ugly because the coach for the Atlanta Falcons, Arthur Smith, he didn't like the way the play was called. But even then he had no obligation to go there and confront Allen about the play. And then Allen, with like a big baby with a piece of candy in his mouth, and you take it away from him, he's trying to justify it. The team wants to. You put those guys out there to win. You said it. They have to win. That's what they paid to do, to win the game. If they ran the play when they were supposed to run it, maybe somebody got a crossed up signal. Dennis Allen had no business apologizing to Arthur Smith about that, because guess what? Arthur Smith going to use that the next time they play next year to motivate his guys to come back and do the same to them. It's a tit for tat deal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not, like I said.
All right, I think you got a problem with your mic there. It went out again. Got a problem with the mic.
Allen didn't want to confront him about it. He wouldn't want to and I think Allen did the right thing. What he said, he told him his thoughts, and that's it. Now, see, look at that interview that you showed a little while ago with Arthur Smith. His mouth was turned down like a U because he was bitter. But had he been in that situation, that exact same situation, he would have powered it up. So he all bitter. You can see it around his mouth, his bitterness in his face. Your team lost, sir. That's just the way it is. That's the NFL. They scored a touchdown on you. I think the Falcons would have did the same to the Saints if they was in the same situation. So take the loss and go on. Your season is over with. Get those boys ready to play for next season.
Right. Absolutely, Pops. I do think that a lot of the stuff that we've seen happen today with the Saints was positive. This was the type of outing we thought that they should have on a more consistent basis. And the reality is they turned it up big time in the matchup here. And then, of course, what does it look like moving forward? We have to watch the games. The Green Bay winning right now 7-6 with the Bears, and we have to watch these games to see if the Saints can sneak in as a wild card. It's going to be interesting to see. But, yeah, a lot of changes have to happen to this team, man, moving forward. I know we got some phenomenal wide receivers, man, and the wide receiver room is in good shape with guys like A.T. Perry and Chris Olave and Rashid Shaheed. They're phenomenal players, man. So Saints definitely have to look at changing around their offensive line and getting that stuff together, because it's a lot of stuff they need to focus on. But a 48-17 win at the back of the season is most certainly a positive deal, man. So what will it look like moving forward? Right now, like I said, there's still some games left to be played before half. Green Bay is marching on Chicago. They're playing pretty good. Look like the Green Bay game is going to be the game that if it don't spin out the way it's supposed to, that we're going to end up regretting. But in the end, this is what happened when you have to rely on other teams to take care of your business, because we didn't handle the business ourselves. So a good win for the Saints, but still kind of the season to me was really kind of the season it finished 9-8, but without getting into playoffs, that's really just a letdown to a lot of the Who-Dats, man. Might be a little too late there. So, all right, shout out to the fam. All right, last few thoughts, Pops, before we get out. Unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. You got your mic muted. All right, so yeah, I think it's an issue with the
Can you hear me?
All right, there you go.
Can you hear me, son?
All right, hold on. I'm having problems hearing them. Try it again. Try it again.
All right. Yeah, we're having a little problem connecting up here. But anyway, because I can't seem to get it to work. I can't hear you from this end either.
You good?
But anyway, I'm just gonna say that good win for the team. Maybe it could make set them up for a fresh start when the next year comes in. They should be pretty good.
All right. Appreciate that, Pops. Shout out to the rest of the fam. Yorm says the toughest football players have no mercy attitude towards their opponents, break their will by punishing them every single chance you get. I agree, bro. This is football. Said the Rams were celebrating on the field after Cam offside penalty, dancing on all that. They had the right to do it because they won. Can only do that if you win. That's right. Stop me. That's what you're supposed to do as a football coach. And Arthur Smith's a sore loser. And he knows he's somber like that because, like Pops Q said, man, that about the Count Blankel about to get him on up out of here, man. Count Blankel about to get him on up out of here, man. But the Saints, more certainly, they needed to get the victory because they couldn't afford to have the Atlanta Falcons to sweep them on the year. And the truth be told, the Saints offense was the reason, and a lot of that happened because the Saints offense didn't show up to play in the first matchup, of the game. But they returned and they put a big smack down on this team. I don't like Dennis Allen and how he ended this game. He told them to go out there and run it down. I don't understand why would you tell them if they get the ball all the way down to the one, go out there and run the clock out because you don't want to run the lead up. The hell with that. What are you talking about? Nah, it's unacceptable. They got it down to the 1 yard line. You gonna kneel on it on the one? Who does that? What dumbass do that? Kneel on the one. No, let them go and get the touchdown. They said, man, Jamal don't have a touchdown. Oh, I don't care. No, don't do it. Just go kneel it down. No, ain't nobody doing that. That's why the players went out there and got it. That's what I'm saying, bro. This dude is a chump, man. But anyway, 9-8, he gets a winning record. You're ready for a cocky, arrogant, elitist-minded Loomis in a week or so. They're gonna roll out the spiel about the Saints had a winning season because they were 7-10 last year. They're 9-8 this year, which shows progress with him and Derek Carr. They're going to say that for the upcoming year. And that's how Loomis is going to roll this thing out, and they're going to try to sell it to the family members. One more again, another year of Dennis Allen. So don't be surprised. You already know what's happening. So just be mindful of that's what's coming on. We're going to keep watching these games, man. A lot of football left to be played. About 30 minutes, the Pelicans tip off against the Sacramento Kings. That's tonight. We'll be on following that. We'll have the live scoreboard up for our Pelican Postgame people on our Pelican Postgame Report channel for the Pels. And then we'll recap the game after the game around about maybe 8:30, 9 o'clock. So with that being said, we're going to get out on that. Listen, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all for joining us for a lively watch party here. Shout out to the fam. And big ups to my dog, Big Low, for having a new updated score tee. As you can see, he looking pretty slither in that new upgraded score tee, 48-17. Shout out to my dog, look, he wearing that new score tee with pride. That's what you're supposed to do, baby. Wear it with pride. All right, so anyway, with that being said, we're gonna get out on that. I appreciate all y'all, man. Y'all hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. By all means, feel free to share the show on your social media feed. We're gonna pop back up on this thing on Monday. And we'll go over a few more things. Black Monday's coming down. A lot of people get there in Chicago just made an interception. Was it an interception? I don't know. Look like he might have dropped it, and I'm looking at the game. But anyway, yeah, we'll be back on Monday to recap some stuff and go over some stuff, man. Much love to the fam. I appreciate y'all. I'm going to holler at y'all on the flip side. Much love and who
Yeah. Huh? Boogie like pissing, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Long as I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. Sports coma, yeah, this is where we do that. Where we do that, 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 huh? Boogie like pissing, I'm a who that. I'm a who that. Sports coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Somebody please better help. Running this thing like elf. I thank God every day I'm not a felt. Go to YouTube live with Big Q and the guys. If you ain't ride or die, the bandwagon get flipped. Been marching in, that was way for the ring. I was yelling out your shame for the championship. Bucking on town, duck down. Falcons, pluck, get shut down. Panthers ain't much touchdown. The vision really belong to us now. So much hate on the Saints, you could probably tell. Ever since Bounty Gate hit the NFL, when things seem fishy, then you probably smell the crooked referees or Roger Goodell. Yeah, fucking like this, and I'm a who that. Every day I'm living, I'm a who that. Lose or winning, I'm a who that. It's the sports coma, this is where we do that. Where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that, where we do that. Boogie like this, and I'm a who that. It's the sports coma, this is where we do that.
You're listening to the Sports Coma with Big Q and the guys on the PRO Media Network.
Central, your black and gold home for the New Orleans Saints.
WhoThatDaily.com. That's right, WhoThatDaily.com. Your one-stop shop for everything New Orleans Saints, New Orleans Pelicans, LSU Tigers, even the top flight boxing news. So if you're a Who That and you're looking for a place to stay up on your team, WhoThatDaily.com is your site. The WhoThatDaily.com for the sport Who That in all of us. That's right, the Pro Shop is the platform store where you can go and buy all the latest merch to support the platform. Available at the Pro Shops, we have dozens of hundreds of products available for you and your family. Unisex tees for men and women, hoodies and sweatshirts, tank tops, kids and baby items, long sleeve tees, mugs, pillows, wall art, bath bedding, face masks, phone cases, stickers, bags, fanny packs, socks, hats, and many other items. Please feel free to check out the Pro Shops. The link is in the description section below. And remember, it helps the platform continue to grow. Check out